Someone is trying to steal my base, which I kind of stole from RecRap. But if they get their hands on the deed to this base, they become the new owners. And on this SMP, it could be anyone. Luckily, I always have a plan. In order to protect a base like this, you need to be willing to do anything, including blow it up. Or at least be willing to let your friend blow up parts of it. Let me explain. I've been doing some fairly devious things this season.
Who is beside me right now that is invisible?
That's it. Come here, Rec, come here. Go to get him. I made a secret base in Rec's base, and seeing that Rec was no doubt plotting to kill me for stealing his base, I desperately needed to earn someone's trust, or at least put someone ahead of myself on Rec's most wanted list, or even better, both. So when Chief wanted to throw his hat in the ring of this secret base war, we came up with a plan for him to trick Rec and steal his prized golden apple, Steve. This was perfect. Not only does teaming up with Chief get him on my side, but it also gives Rec a new target for his vengeful nature. The plan was simple. Chief would lead Rec around the copper house, destroying my secret base and its entrances. Meanwhile, I would sneak over to Rec's base and replace the Steve apple with a fake Alex apple. And after Chief reveals that Rec has the fake apple, I stasis him to safety in a secret base where we were confident Rec couldn't find even with replay mod. See, we don't script any of this stuff, and Rec and I agreed that using replay mod to keep an eye on each other was legal. So how did Chief and I hide a base that Rec won't see even in replay mod? How about inside something he'd never think to check? The plan was perfect. Nothing could go wrong. But it did, because in typical Rec fashion, he was one step ahead of us. So when I went to swap the Steve apple, I found that Rec had already replaced it with a fake of his own. I should have seen that coming. So not only was Chief's plan to steal Steve ruined, but my overarching plan to divert Rec's anger at someone else was in jeopardy as well. We needed a new way to get that apple, and fast. But if Rec had the foresight to use a fake gapple, what else did he know? I didn't have time to ponder the possibilities, because if this plan was going to have any chance at working out now, Chief needed Rec's absolute trust, which meant that I still needed to make the ultimate sacrifice. Now, if you've been paying attention, you'll remember I said the owner of the deed must keep it on them at all times. So you may assume that Rec just picked up the deed to his base, essentially winning the war. But little did anyone know, I had a plan of my own. The rule of the deed states that it must be in the owner's inventory at all times. And since there was no player on the server that I knew I could trust, I gave it to my new most trusted comrade, ZL. So at this point, I'm nothing more than a squatter myself in this base. And when Rec killed me, not only did he not get the deed to his original base, I made sure he also picked up the deed to the platform.
The platform?
Are you serious?
But there was still one more part of the plan I needed to complete, to get Rec pitted against someone besides myself. And it was completely in the hands, or tentacles, of Chief. He needed to get that Steve apple. But after some time of sitting in our secret base waiting for the word, I lost hope. Until... What happened?
I got it.
You got it. You got it.
I got it.
You got Steve. He actually did it. Not only did Chief get a useless piece of fruit, but he also betrayed Rec's trust, replacing me as Rec's #1 target. We were so excited. I honestly couldn't believe that we pulled it off, or that Chief trusted me enough to give me the Steve apple. I won't lie to you. At this moment, I had everything. I had the base. I had the deed. I even had Steve. I could kill Chief here and now and walk away with it all. But honestly, Steve is cool, but kind of worthless. Besides, sometimes the best asset to have in a war like this is simply someone believing they can trust you. So I gave it back to Chief, he stored it safely in an ender chest, and it was over. Or so I thought.
Give me a good reason not to kill you right now.
What are the odds of running into you in the nether? Wow, this was crazy, man. Super weird. I hope you take care. Glad to see you're doing well. I'll just leave you to it.
Are you going through this portal too?
Oh, are you going this way? Wow, that's crazy, because I was actually not going that way. I was actually just gonna say goodbye. And
well, I'm
funny enough,
not going there either.
What? That's crazy. You're not going through that portal. Wow, I was actually gonna go through, is it this one that you're looking for? Because I'm not looking for that one.
Hey,
Oh, hi.
It was
Oh,
this one.
wow. It was this one you were looking for. That's crazy. Can I help you? Why are you stalking me?
Branzy, don't play these games with me.
Because even after all my careful planning, I made a terrible oversight.
What are you missing, Branzy? Would it happen to be this shulker box of all of your ores?
I had been blinded by greed and victory, but now I could see that Rek meant business, and the only thing he was selling was murder. But while I was busy trying to find my way out of a maze of tunnels beneath my new base, how have I not found this room before? Rek was employing Civ to play the reverse Uno card I never saw coming. Because it wasn't just one of my shulkers that Rek had taken. They stole all of my stuff. I seriously have nothing. I put everything I had in that double chest. Like every block, every piece of food, every rocket, everything. I thought I had thought through every possible plot line, every angle I could be attacked from, but I was wrong. I didn't have my items. I didn't dare hold the deed to the base myself. I didn't even have the stupid Steve apple. I had nothing. It felt like after all my planning and plotting, I had lost. But an alliance I never saw coming was about to change everything and win this war.